Hello, my name is Anna Dalman. It is day number 189 and I write notes to myself every day. I started 189 days ago and I'm committing to do it for a year through to 365, and each day I write something to myself. Sometimes it's a progression of a topic, what I'm working out in my thoughts, in my heart, on what I need to get peace with in the past and what I need to focus on in the present to project into the future. And on Sundays I do a review, and this past week I've primarily been focusing on Thanksgiving. So on day, and my note for today covers all the notes of the week, and this is what I wrote each day. So day 183 was grab the past, hold it tightly, then open your hands, lift them heavenwards, and offer thanksgiving for it all. And we need to cultivate a heart of thanksgiving. I focused on Isaiah 12 verse 2, and that's how we started off the week. And then day number 184 was I looked hard at this world and I looked hard at me. We can't only look at what's outside there and evaluate it for what we need to be thankful for and how we work through things, but we need to take a look at ourselves and the grace that's been given to sustain us through it all. So I looked hard at this world, I looked hard at me. What did I see? And then I quoted a hymn. Were it not for grace, I can tell you where I'd be, wandering down some pointless road to nowhere, my salvation up to me. And that is a song written by David Hamilton and Phil McGew, and it is, I believe that day I did share it in the show notes for day 184, so you will find it there, or if not, Google it. It is a great hymn and one that you should think about, to encourage you every now and then. So day number 185 is trust my go-to response when bad hits the fan. How to get there, we need an honest assessment. How to change, we need to discipline our thoughts, and what the outcome of that is trust not because we have no option, but a choice you have learned because God is faithful. And then day number 186, are you defined by the negative words you've heard said about you? The answer is not an easy no or yes. It requires a disciplined mind to answer. Which is it? Have you built enough to know? And that's referring to the foundation of your faith. Have you built enough onto it to be able to know which response in those moments when you are being accused from words around you, or you being accused by your conscience, whether a correct accusation or an incorrect one. And then day number 187 was fully realize you are not defined by anything other than grace. Why? Know what entitles you to live it out. How? Trust with all you have. Cling to what is true. Live out your beauty for ashes. And then I did quote Isaiah 61 verse 3, to grant consolation and joy to those who mourn, to give them an ornament of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, the garment of praise instead of a heavy burdened and failing spirit, that they may be called oaks of righteousness. And I elaborated on that from the Amplified Translation. Lofty, strong, and magnificent, distinguished for uprightness, justice, and right standing with God, the planting of the Lord, that he may be glorified. I did share a bit about oak trees and how majestic they are, and that sometimes we are planted in places where we do not want to be. And then day number 188, what should we be thankful for? Does everything really mean everything? Start a gratitude journal. I gave an example of what that could look like. List 3 things to start each day, and then each day, on day 1, list 3 things, and then each day add 3. Write a paragraph or 2 on what you need to learn to be thankful for and grateful for, and then once you've understood that you need to change your heart, write out a prayer for that to be effected in your soul. And then I did also elaborate on Isaiah 12:4, that we need to give thanks in everything. We need to call upon his name and proclaim him to the people. Let people know the reason for our gratitude and thankfulness, particularly in environments where we don't want to be. I did also explain that God often plants us in places, and planted is what we need to accept is our situation, because no matter what we do, we can't move from it. And when that occurs, you know that's specifically where he wants you to be, and that thankfulness we need to realize is not defined by our problems and our circumstances. As believers, we need to go deeper than that. When we know God has planted us somewhere, even if what's around us is not of our choosing, it's not what we want, we can be thankful to God because of it when we come to know his fellowship within our heart, within our soul, and his presence in our lives. And when we see him work out details in that unwanted predicament that can only be from him. And Colossians 3:17, I also quoted that, whatever you do, no matter what it is in word or deed, do everything in his name. When we're doing everything in his name in those difficult situations, that's our thankfulness as a sacrifice to him, that we can still be thankful and grateful because he's working things out. He's in the middle of it. He's giving us grace to persevere and to preserve us. And then as much as all of I expand all of that, many of those things are circular. The more great gratitude you have, the more thankful you are, the more you persevere, the more you will be grateful, the more you will be thankful, the more you will be persevering and preserved, because the joy you get from that is from a well deep down. And that if our souls are like a tree planted, as Psalm 1:3, he will be like a tree planted by the streams of water that produces its fruit in its season and whose leaf does not wither. You will be producing fruit. You will have green leaves in your spiritual walk when you are allowing your root system to go down so deep into the truth of who and what God is. That, friends, is what entitles us to have hearts of gratitude and thankfulness, even when things around us are not what we would want them to be. So tomorrow will be a new week. It will be day number 190. I can't believe I have done this for 190 days. And this is, I need to get re-embed these on the spike. And this is what 189 days looks like. It has been remarkable that I've stayed with this so long, and I'm encouraged in my walk to keep doing it, and I hope you are encouraged too. Until tomorrow, take care and God bless, and we will talk again. Bye-bye for now.